ETFs have changed Wall Street. They have disintermediated the hedge funds and mutual fund companies that have charged ridiculous fees for years. So ironically, one of the, call it headwinds to the continued growth of the ETF industry is a technology that would potentially disintermediate Wall Street yet again. I'm talking about blockchain. ETF companies have already started to embrace it. For example, Vanguard is using a blockchain technology to help build indexes today. Overstock has financed at a stock exchange, T0, that is creating a derivatives exchange for trading. So in this new world, it is possible that ETFs become BTFs, or blockchain traded funds. In 2007, ETF assets in the US were less than 800 billion. Today, they're over 3.5 trillion. They will likely be 7 trillion in the next few years. This growth is astronomical and it's accelerating. There are plenty of public companies that are engaged in all the plumbing and ecosystem and picks and shovels of the growth of the ETF industry. There is the possibility that someday there could be a token for every index and essentially trade them on a blockchain without the need for some of these custodians, some of these traditional exchanges, traditional wirehouses, traditional banks. So it's not just the issuers, right? We have companies like BlackRock, who owns the iShares brand, the largest ETF issuer in the world. But in addition to that, the exchanges, the index providers, S&P and MSCI, the service providers who are doing all the back office, and finally the liquidity providers making all the trading. Vanguard, the second largest ETF issuer, is not public. But within this ecosystem of public companies, there are at least 15 companies making revenue as Vanguard's assets grow. Examples are Goldman Sachs, who is helping with securities lending, or S&P and MSCI, who provide indexes to Vanguard, or Morningstar and FactSet that provide data, or JP Morgan and State Street that provide custody. We think of ETFs as a true financial innovation. So the next step would be to take that innovation and remove the trusted third parties that make it accessible to you. Blockchain is a solution that could allow for that, which would disintermediate Wall Street, but also potentially be the end of ETFs.